morning, children. I'm Ramya, your science teacher. Again, I'm back with another new interesting topic, learning how to make. So in this chapter we are going to see how different things, how they are measured. So what was the story of measurement and what was the story, how scale came into the use after many quarreling or many discussions. How it came into the use. That total we are going to discuss about in our today's class. So before entering into the topic, there was a small story of Rashid who went to cloth shop with his mother and to buy a new dress. So one day he went with his mother. So he started observing the shopkeeper. He just used one scale like rod which is used to cut the cloth for his measurement. And after from there they went to the market to buy the jasmine flower string. So there he was shocked that woman who is selling the jasmine flower string, she used her cubit. Generally she used her cubit to measure the string of the jasmine flowers. So while returning to the home with his mother, he was surprised in two different ways. How they are using the different methods of measuring. So what was that measurement? Which is the standard measurement and how can we say which is the standard measurement? So okay. So he was shocked that in cloth shop the person used the rod for measuring, and the woman who is a shop selling the jasmine flowers used the cubit, her cubit. So in which is the standard method of measurement? Not only in these cases, in your day-to-day life you will be observing many cases where we are using some instrument to measure the things. So you just note down what are the things where you will be using some things to measure. And before entering into the topic, like for example, if you want to measure the length of this table, generally you want to measure the length of this table. So for that what you need to do, you just do this activity in your home for this measurement of length. Okay. So for this what we have to do? Generally we use a hand span. This is called hand span. So for this, for example, I want to measure the length of a board. So 1, 2, 3, half. So this is my hand span measurement, like 3.5 is my measurement. 3.5 hand span. Okay. And next you do this activity in your home. You just take anything like table or whatever it may be. First you measure the length of that thing with your hand span and ask your mother to measure, your father, your elder or younger brother or sister or your grandparents, whoever the persons living in your house. So like that you note down all the readings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this you record all the readings and observe the readings, whether all the readings are same. Whether all the readings are same. No. There will be the difference in the readings. Why? You are using only the single object. You are using only the single object, but the result is wrong. So whom we have to consider, whose reading we have to consider as a standard thing. In this way, with using hand span, you do one activity. Next, coming to the foot span. Next, coming to the foot span. Now this is also you can do in your home activity like 2 and record your observations in your notebook. So foot span is a where you will use your foot to measure the length and breadth of your house, like a room, one particular room. Generally in classroom we will do these activities to understand the concept, but you are in lockdown, so you need to do it in your house itself. Select any one room in your house, like bedroom or front room or whatever it may be, and with the help of your foot span, you measure the length and breadth of your room. So like that, your mother, father, your younger elder or anyone. So in that way you measure and record your observations and readings. You note it down. After writing it, you will come to know the readings. So now compare all the 4 readings. In which case, whose foot span is correct? You will get some other reading. Your mother will get some other. Father or younger or elder brother or sister will get some other. Whose we can take it as a standard. But what is the way of measuring the standard? Who are correct now? So for everyone we will think that we are correct. We correctly did the measurement. But if you compare with the other 2 persons, the measurement will be different. So how it is happening? Why it is happening? For that, what we need to do? So for that we need to have some standard measurement things, so that we can get the standard things, like if the standard things are there, then only we can get the correct value. Like if any person will use that, any kind of person, if we use that instrument or thing for measuring anything, so we will get the correct result. That we call it as a standard things or standard instruments for measuring any object or thing. This is about the measurement. That like two activities I have given. You better do this so that you will understand the concept. Okay, so in this way you will measure the any table, board or wall or whatever it may be, bench or come box or whatever it may be. And foot span you will be using in measuring the room, the length of the room and the breadth of the room. Not only this one, in olden days we used to play one game like Gilli Danda. So it kind of a game. There used to be one big stick and one a small stick, which we used to place it like that small stick used to be in this way. Okay, the edges of this small stick used to be somewhat sharp. So we will be placing this on the ground, and we are hitting towards one edge of that with the big stick, so that it will be just jumping up, going up, and again we used to beat it. So it will be going on falling somewhere far. After that, like this many used to play, and after that we used to measure the distance whose it will be going far, that person is the winner. In these cases we used to measure our foot spans or hand spans for measuring the distance. This is about the olden days. So in our nowadays also there are, in some cases there is a use of hand span or a foot span, but not that these measurements won't give the perfect results. Like this we call it as a hand span, and whatever the measurement we are using in case of foot span, like our foot we call it as a foot span, and this we call it as a cubit. This we call it as a till our elbow, from top to our elbow we call it as a cubit. These are the olden previously they used to measure the different things or different objects. So, but what is the story of scale? That we are going to see now. So, next one is story of scale. It's very interesting. So, in olden days they used to use foot span, hand span and the cubit for measuring the distances or measuring any objects. In that same way, one day one tall person went to the cloth shop. One tall person went to the cloth shop and asked the shopkeeper to give a 3.5 cubits. 3.5 cubits of cloth. Okay? 3.5 cubits of cloth he asked to cut it and give him. So what happened? After listening his words, the shopkeeper started cutting the cloth by using his cubit, 3.5 cubits he measured and cut the cloth, and after that he packed and given to him. So what happened to this tall person? By seeing that shopkeeper, he felt that he is cheating him, and he got a doubt. He was somewhat doubtful and opened that cloth and he measured with his own cubit, and that measurement was less. That measurement was somewhat less. It is not 3.5, it is just nearly like 3 cubits of that tall person. Why? Where is the mistake? Who is wrong here? And he just quarreling with the shopkeeper that your given cloth is not even a 3 cubits also. Why you are cheating like this? So that shopkeeper said that for everyone I will use my standard cubit for measuring the cloth. But who is correct here? Whose measurement is right? In this way, in olden days, there was many quarrelings between the persons in the measurement, because it is not the right way of measuring. So after few days, some countries has designed the scale. They have designed the scale like they have designed the scales by dividing that scales into the different like dividing it into the many equal divisions. So in one country they used to measure how they used to measure in one country from the nose of the king to the tip of his middle finger, like a hand, by stretching like this. Observe me. From the nose of the king to the tip of his middle finger, they measured that as a yard. They measured that as a from nose of king to the tip of the middle finger. This distance they measured as a yard. And this yard they divided. For example, this is the length of the yard, and that means from nose to the tip of the middle finger. And this yard they divided into 4 equal parts. They divided, this total line is yard, this total length is yard, and again this total yard is divided into 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each equal part they call it as a foot. 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. 4 foot is equal to yard, and again each foot is divided into 12 equal parts. Okay, and each foot is divided into 12 equal parts and named it as a inches. 12 equal parts called 12 inches. For understanding, 1 yard is equal to 4 foot. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. And again, this inches divided into many equal parts. This is the story of one country. But because of this is a standard measurement of one country. But when they want to buy the land areas or somewhere in another countries or another places, they used to use this measurement for the measuring of that land area. But in that countries there was another kind of measurement, and there came the disputes. Finally, after all these controversies, finally France country designed a meter scale, meter scale with a metal called platinum iridium. It's a kind of metal which they used to design the meter scale. And this meter scale, this is a 1 meter scale, and this 1 meter scale they divided into 100 equal parts. This total 1 meter scale, for example, this is a 100 meter scale, they divided this 1 meter scale into 100 equal parts. 100 equal parts, and again in that 100 equal parts, one part again they divided into 10 equal parts. Got it? Like total is 1 meter scale. This total distance, like total measurement is 1 meter. And how many parts they divided? 100 equal parts. So each equal part we call it as a centimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, and again 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. In this way they designed the meter scale. That country, France country, designed this meter scale, and it is made up of with platinum or iridium metal. And after this one, this is known as a standard measurement scale for measuring any objects. So previously they used to use wooden or any other plastic or anything for the measuring, like scales. They designed scales, but platinum and iridium was the first standard measurement was designed by the France country, and this was there in the museum also. And this is the story of the scale. In this way scale came into the existence. But for example, in which cases we will be using this meter scale? For example, to measure this length of the board, like this, I will use the meter scale. Generally, whatever the scales which you are having is also this kind of scales, like which you are using in your classroom is this kind of scale itself. But for that, so by using a hand span, if you measure the length of the board, the readings will be of different if you compare with your friend or any your parent. But if you measure the length of this board with the scale, like standard scale, if you measure also the same reading will be coming, and any other person also measuring the reading will be same, because it is a standard measuring device. And for example, if you want to measure this table with this board with the help of a scale which you are having with you now, so like it will be of 1 meter, like if it will be of 1 meter, and if I measure also, it will be getting 1 meter by using the scale. If you measure also, you will be getting the same reading. If your mother is measuring also, same reading. Father also same reading. Your younger or elder brother also same reading. Because this is a standard measurement instrument which we are using to measure the length of this board. In this way we need to measure. But 1 meter we can, like meters can be measured for only the small distances. But if we want to measure the long distances, like from one place to another place, like from our house to school, or from our house to like Kamareddy, Hyderabad, or other state or other country, how will we measuring? So what is the units for that distance? Like in that case, meters is not sufficient, but we will go for the kilometers. Okay, so at that time 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So in this way we are measuring the short, long distances and any length of any objects. So next, moving on to the generally not only the scale, we are having the different things for measuring, like different standard things for measuring, like scale, tape, like it's a round tape or a free tape. Okay, so some measuring standard measurements, measuring things are there for measuring the objects or things in like a short or a long distances, as I said now. So how do we measure? For example, if you want to measure the height of any person, what is the method of measuring the height of a person? By using the tape or a scale, whatever we are having with our like standard things. So for that, what we need to do is make the person to stand towards the wall, like touching his feet to the wall, and he should stand straight. Take any book and correct you have to place in this way. You have to place like this in this way, and you just make a mark here, like you have to make a point there and ask him to move from there. And after that, so this is a foot of a person and this is a mark you have taken of that person. So now what you have to do? Use a tape or a scale, whatever it may be, and measure from the wall, from the down wall to the point you have marked. For example, you want to measure the one person. You measured it and you got the reading like 4 meters. Sorry, 4 feet. With the tape, if you use, you will get the reading 4 feet. Next, one of your friend will be measuring the same person. Same way, he will get 3.8 feet. One more person, one more friend of you will be measuring, he will get 3.6. One more will get 4.5. In this way. Here, why we are getting different values? Why we are getting different values? So, the person who is standing to the wall is the same, and the thing you are using for measurement is also same, but why the readings are different? Here, who is committing the mistakes? These things which you are using are the standard things, and the person also same person for all the friends of you, but why one got 4, one got 3.6, one got 3.8, or one got 4.5? Where you have committed the mistakes. So while measuring the height of any person, what we have to do? We have to point the book. Now I shown you. Just we have to place one book over his head and point that point correctly. Like edge of that one, we have to point it correctly. That is the first rule we have to follow. And then while measuring the height, we should measure correctly and we should see whether the readings are coinciding. That 0 should coincide the starting point, and we have to measure it and write the readings carefully. If you follow these rules, you will get the accurate results. This is regarding the how do we measure. Next, coming to the cum box. For example, this is a cum box and I want to measure the length of this cum box. So what I did, so I will draw you for here. This is a cum box which is placed on the table. Okay, here is the A, here is the B, here is the C. 3 persons. So they place the scale over this cum box. Okay, the 0 is coinciding with the starting point, and they will be viewing from this corner. One person is standing, here one person is standing, and A is standing in the middle. B and C are standing in the corners. Whose reading will be correct and accurate? Like he will be viewing from this corner and his reading will be going like this. He is seeing from the here. C person is seeing from the here. He is reading going in the way, and A is seeing in this way. So which person will be getting the correct reading? Can you guess? A is the correct. The point of view of A is correct. As we are standing towards the sides, the measurement will be variation. We can see the measurements in the variation. So you need to stand in the middle to see the object, like while measuring the object. So for that you need to be careful. The point of view should be correct and you should stand in the middle. You have to place the scale correctly. 0 should be coincide with the starting point, and no cross should be placed with the scale. These all things should be taken care while measuring any things or objects. This is the way how do we measure the person's height and any object which is placing on the. Till now we have discussed about the measurement of a person's height and the length of the table, length of the cum box or different objects. But how to measure the small thickness? For example, if you are having a textbook, in that you are having number of pages. But is it possible to measure the thickness of the single page of your textbook? No. And if I give you a 1 rupee coin and I ask to measure the thickness of that coin, can you measure it? In these cases, for measuring the small thickness of the coins or anything, how can we measure? What is the method we have to follow. For understanding that, take 10 coins of 1 rupee. Same coins should be there, like take 10 coins of 1 rupee. Okay, same coins, like same designed coins, you have to take 10 coins and place one over the other. In this way, place one over the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on a table. Okay, take 10 coins of same size and place it on a table one over the other in this way. And now take a scale. A scale which you are having with you, take that scale. This will be touching onto the table. Okay, so from this starting point, you measure the height of the coins. You measure the height of the coins. So you may get the 6 centimeters. Right? If you use a scale and you start measuring the height of these coins, you will be getting the 6 centimeters. Not exactly, for example I am saying. So you are getting the 6 centimeters. So after getting these centimeters, this is of how many coins? 10 coins. This is a measurement of the thickness of how many coins? 10 coins, because we are taking the 10 coins here. So I want the measurement of the thickness of a single coin. So what we have to do, 6 by 10 is equal to 0.6 centimeters. The thickness of a single coin is how much? 0.6 centimeters. After measuring the 10 coins, if you get the reading like 8 centimeters, what you have to do? 8 by 10 is equal to 0.8 centimeters. So this may be the different, like depending on the coins, that reading will be different. For example, I am saying, okay, whatever the answer you are getting, that divided by 10, you will be getting the thickness of a single coin 0.8 centimeters. This is how can we measure a small thickness. And in the same way, you can measure the thickness of your textbook. For example, this book is there. I want to measure the thickness. How much thickness of this book is there? So what I will do, I will just measure this one. I'll just measure this one and I will write the reading, like it may get 1 centimeter. For example, as it is a somewhat not that much thickness, it is somewhat less. So it will be getting of only 1 centimeter. So how many pages it is having? 100 pages. So 1 by 100 is equal to 0.01 centimeters. How much we will get it? 0.01 centimeter is the thickness of a single paper. While doing that, we have to avoid this one. This covering page we have to avoid and measure only the inside papers. You will be getting the exact result. So how much thickness it is? 0.01. Number of answer by number of papers in your book. So that then you will be getting the thickness of a single paper. In this way, we have to measure the thickness of the small objects, like thickness of an object, of any objects or things or any distance which are in of a straight line. Like you have seen that height of a person is in a straight way, and length of an thumb box is also straight, and coins, thickness of the coins is also straight measurement. But in case of curved path, how we can measure the distance? Like this is a curved path which we are going to measure it now. For that we need to take a thread. This is a thread which I am using for the measurement of a curved path. So what we have to do? We have to fix the thread to the A point. We have to put one knot. This is one knot. Make one knot here and place it on the A. Just place it on the A, and it should be not tight and not loose. Be careful while using the thread and just go along with the curved path, and wherever the curves are there you have to point it out. You have to point here. This is a curve which is going, we got a curve here, B, C, D. A and E are the starting and the ending point. So I am starting the measurement from the A by putting one knot on the thread, and this I will be fixing with a pin because it won't be go away. So while using the thread like this, I will be measuring carefully, and wherever I get the curve, there I will be again placing one pin, and also I am making one knot over there. And in the same way C and D and E. So totally I will be getting the 5 knots. Finally after that I will be removing the thread from this place, and what I am doing, I am measuring the length of this thread where I got a E point knot. So finally to some distance I will be getting the knot of E. So this I will be placing on the scale. This is the scale. Okay. Okay, this is a scale which we are using for the measurement. So by using these knots, by seeing these knots, I will be measuring the length of this curved path. In this way, this is the method of measuring the curved path. This is an important question which is going to be asked in your examination. And coming to the worksheet, okay? Coming with the worksheet, what is the smallest distance that you can measure with a centimeter scale? And how can we measure the thickness of a metal wire or a coin or book? Just now I explained. And explain how you measure a curved path. And 1 yard is equal to dash foot, 1 foot is equal to dash inches, 1 meter is equal to dash centimeters, 1 centimeter is equal to how many millimeters, and 1 kilometer is equal to how many meters. These are the simple questions which can be asked in an examination in a question answers way or a bitwise. So this is about the worksheet of this lesson. Children, here I am going to give you one small information regarding the examination of these classes, like online classes. So I hope you will be utilizing this opportunity. So till now I have gone with the living and non-living plants, parts and functions, changes around us, water in our life, and my upcoming videos are movements in animals and learning how to measure. So on one day, before the day, I will be intimating you regarding the examination. So you have to be well prepared with the worksheets which I am giving to you. So there will be the examination like pattern of your essay 1 and essay 2. So in that pattern you will be having examination on the 2 lessons. Those are living and non-living and the plants, parts and functions. So I will be writing the questions on the board that you have to copy in your notebook, and you have to write the answers, and with that answers you should be coming to the school when the school will be reopened.